here, and I'm sure there are more in Facebook Live too. So joining it, so I'm sure everybody's curious about what's happening with crypto in Nepal. If there's any plans, we saw all of the questions. Subway questions were very interesting. So we have two speakers today, right? Mr. Naraji and Mr. Hold on, and let me mute, right? I can. Sorry, so I could unmute myself. So everybody's excited. Mr. Naraji and Mr. Prakashi are here to answer, and in whatever capacity they can, to all the questions that you have. The format today is basically I'll introduce a little bit of crypto, and then Prakash and Naraji will give their few minutes, and we'll give few minutes to them to to have their say. And then there are like around, I've compiled more than 60 questions, but I've compiled them into around 20 questions. So we'll have a slideshow for each questions, and we're gonna ask questions, and either Naraji or Mr. Prakash can pick up questions from there. Okay. And so without further ado, let's try to start with what is crypto. Basically, crypto started with the birth of Bitcoin. 2009 Bitcoin was basic crypto co, it started as a very modest way. My start with you, and eventually it started picking up around 2013. So basically, what crypto is, it's a technology based on blockchain technology, where things are tokenized, and that token can represent money. Token can represent some kind of assets, or anything that's within in a private setting or in a public setting, like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin and so forth. So as as public, Nepal Rastra Bank were around 2000, I think it's 2015 or 16 or 17, one of those. We saw a little bit of publications regarding Bitcoin is it's treated as foreign currency, and it's not allowed to trade in Nepal. So that's all we have, and after that we have not gotten any other feedback. So, and today's one of the opportunities we can discuss about those things. So right now everybody know that crypto, because of the Bitcoin boom all around the world, has gotten Bitcoin has gotten all around attention from all around the world. Every country has different aspects about how they want to treat Bitcoin. Recently, there has been debate in India, our neighbor, about whether to ban it or whether to not ban it. And another interesting thing that's during the development has happened is CBDC bonds, central bank digital currency, right? That is all like issued by the government, right? Where they can control, supply for inflation reasons or deflation reasons, and they can do a lot of things. They can embed KYC and other things. Then that makes things more, more efficient. Right. So India is debating that. A lot of Western developed country has some sort of crypto regulations, a framework. In US, cryptocurrency is treated as commodity, right? So every country has their own say and own opinion about crypto. And at the same time, in private markets, crypto has really boomed because of decentralized finance and how efficient it is to transfer, assets or values from one entity to another. So in that sense, crypto has a lot of advantages to gain, to bring financial efficiency. But for the country like ours, there could be some other problems, that needs to be further researched before they can blindly accept it, because we have foreign currency laws, that is put in place for certain reasons. So, our audience here with the question, they are very, very curious, what are the current thought process, in last 3 years or 4 years, what are the thought process has been, evolved among our other authorities or central banks about cryptos. So has it changed? Has it changed for better? Has it changed for worse? Depending on which side of the debate you are. So that way, we have some questions we will ask our speakers, and I hope they don't have to answer it, right? I think they can give their opinion, right? And whatever they answer it, it might not be the position of the government, right? But it is their individual opinion. We have to respect that. And again, like everything else, it's a policy level thing. I know everybody has different opinions. We can't rush into judgment, what we should do, what we should that. At the same time, we have to think about, from the technology advantage perspective, that is Nepal really missing out something, because as we are delaying the regulations in crypto, are we really missing out something? That's something we can discuss as a group, right? So without further ado, let me invite Mr. Prakash Ji. I think that we're going to start with that, right? Prakash is to say a few words or anything that you want to present on this topic. Thank you. Stage is all yours, Mr. Prakash Ji.
Thank you, Santosh Ji. Thank you for invitations, first of all. But before starting, I have to say that I'm not an expert on it, and I'm not in a position to actually dealing with this cryptocurrency. But anyway, as you said earlier, I would like to say my thought and my knowledge, whatever knowledge I have, is kind of very sketchy knowledge. And I have prepared some slides which may be good to show you, and that can guide us to our discussions. Host disabled. Screen share gonna dira chaina ta kin.
Shrestha, you might have to give him access to share his screen, please.
I think our access हुन्छ होला.
Okay.
अनि भिडियो पनि अन गरिदिनु हुन्छ होला.
Video बस नेट त स्लो छ कतिले काटिन्छ कि भनेर.
ए हजुर.
As I will talk about these 4 questions which were asked to me related to this cryptocurrency. First of all, obviously, Santosh already covered what is cryptocurrency, and then I will go a little bit on the current status of cryptocurrency in Nepal and South Asia, and why it is illegal, and about the possibility of cryptocurrency being legal in Nepal. And in my presentation, maybe my presentation will cover other questions you have compiled, and maybe many presentation will cover the many questions, but not all. Maybe I will not able to answer the other remaining because it's still it's very primitive, or still I have to learn more about it. And the institution like your can teach us the policymaker. You can teach us the policymaker about this cryptocurrency, and obviously another sort of further add on it and further explain on it. Obviously, cryptocurrency is a new, not a new, it's already the decade. It's a decentralized digital money based on blockchain technology, as you already said. And it's highly used as a medium of exchange. Money can be used for the 3 or 4 different functions. And the one function is a medium of exchange, and that is digital and encrypted and decentralized. That's the properties of this cryptocurrency. And the main on feature of this cryptocurrency is that there is no any central authority that management. This kind of free, and nobody can regulate it. It's a kind of really it has many nodes and many blockchains combined together. it's out of regulation or out of control of any government or any central bank. It's based on the cryptography. Obviously, it is believed that it's possible to counterfeit, but I don't know much about this. It is technology of this. And now in the world, as of now, there are more than 5,000 different cryptocurrency in circulation. That's making quite complicated these things. We are now in the world. We have about 200 countries, and each country has own currency. But in the case of cryptocurrency, we have more than 5,000 different cryptocurrency. Which one we should choose? And obviously, there are advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, it's a new technology, so there are advantages. It can make secure electronic payments, and there are parallel record maintenance, so that you can have the access the record, so you cannot hide it. And obviously, it is electronic, so it can reduce the transaction cost, medium of payment cost. And nowadays, even although it is an intangible kind of abstract asset, but now the world it has been taken as a new type of asset. And now Bitcoin is, as of now, is hovering around more than $50,000 per unit of Bitcoin. That's why many people have attraction on it and interest on it. But there are many cryptocurrency whose value is even less than one dollar, even some 0.0 something like that's also the value of some cryptocurrency. That's why it's a very wide differences among the cryptocurrency. And disadvantage is outside the preview of the government. And normally the monetary system is legal, is a state declared system, and state is provide the legal backup and a framework. So government guarantee the monetary system, but in this case, it's outside the preview of government. And likely using the illegal activity. I think the many argue that it was developed for the facilitating payment for the illegal activities or criminal type of activities, which cannot be monitored or regulated by examined by the government. And that's I think the initial purpose of inventing this. But nowadays we can use it in different purposes, different ways, or different objectives. And maybe the cyber risks still maybe some we can see that there can be the many hackers can hack it, or because it is completely the electronic and we cannot have any physical presence. So since it's outside the control of government, or that's why it's not a legal tender. So for whatever the country, although they have allow it to use it to some extent, there is a legal, but there's not a legal tender. This is not like a currency the state actually issue. That's why it's a question of reliability. How can we believe? Actually, the monetary system based on the trust, public trust. But this may not have such a kind of trust, and there are many varieties. So which one we should trust? Which ones we should actually take it as a reliable medium of exchange? That's one of the questions I think we have to think and answer. And another one is this quite limited in supply. Like the Bitcoin, they have the certain limit. You cannot go beyond that. It's by technique, or is a method of generating the coins. And that's why there is constant of use of monetary policy. This is one of the is a very useful and highly applied macro policy, and that policy regulates money supply, liquidity in the economy, in order to achieve the many macro objectives like economic growth, inflation, external sector stability, financial sector stability kind of thing. So by using cryptocurrency, can we do that? As one of the, I think, the vital question we have to get the answer. So we need monetary system. Actually, we are in the highly monetized economy. We are living in the highly monetized economy. and we cannot think about the barter economy. And we need money or monetary system for four different functions. One is the medium of payment. Second one is the store of value. And third one is the unit of account. And fourth one is a deferred payments. Based on that, you can develop the credit system. You can lend it, you can borrow it. So first three function, I think cryptocurrency can also do as a medium of payment or store of value and unit of account. This unit of account also can be the debatable issue, which one we should rely on, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum or something like that. Various cryptocurrencies already invented. So the last one is a deferred payment credit system, which is a very vital based on the which is developed or evolved on the monetary system. Can we loan the Bitcoin? Can you develop the credit system on the Bitcoin? Is one of the, I think, is a very important questions to be answers for using the cryptocurrency. And if you look at the history, obviously the currency, if you, it's historically it's linked with a certain commodity. This started with some commodity. So in the past, it was the gold standard and silver standard. Gradually, it moved to the paper money, but still, paper money was also back up with the these commodity. Gradually, we move the monetary system, develop in that way. That's why even the dollar, pound sterling, there's a name of this term also linked with the amount of the gold or silver. That's why that's the history of the whole evolution of monetary system. But how can we this electronic money? There's no any connection with any commodity or any backup. It's just the electronic byte or kind of bit. So that's why how much we can rely. Although it is now developing, so that we have to think the different aspect of this and how it evolve further. So now, what is the current status of cryptocurrency in Nepal and South Asia? As I shared, as I Google and internet, I found that the many South Asian countries have so far banned the use of cryptocurrency. Although, as Santosh said earlier, already in India, there is some debate, or actually in 2018, Reserve Bank of India had prohibited banks from the processing transaction related to cryptocurrency. But in March last year, the Supreme Court lifted the ban. But that's why now the on bill is on Parliament to ban the cryptocurrency, to bar all private cryptocurrency in India. Also lay the groundwork for official digital currency. They try to start the official digital currency, like Santosh said, that central bank, maybe central bank digital currency. In some other country also, they have tried, central bank have started working on the digital currency. In Nepal, as you said, it was issued in 3 years back. There was one notice that the Bitcoin, like cryptocurrency, are illegal, and they attract they related to the foreign exchange, because they cross the border, and that's why it's related to the Foreign Exchange Regulating Act. So that act prohibits to do the transaction of foreign currency. And so far we haven't opened the capital account. That's why we cannot send or borrow money just for investment purpose, or just asset purpose. So in China, also Bitcoin is not recognized as a legal tender. Therefore, all financial institutions of the payment processor are not allowed to deal with. And the Bangladesh bank, our SARC members, consider the Bitcoin and other currency as illegal under the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, like us, like our, and the Money Laundering Prevention Act 2012. They consider the Bitcoin as and other cryptocurrency as illegal. In Pakistan, cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, are not officially regulated. However, it is not declared illegal or banned. They is officially banned. But as of January 16, 2021, State Bank of Pakistan has not authorized any individuals or organizations to carry out the sale, purchase, exchange, and investment of virtual currency, coins, and tokens. So it means that it's like a almost banned situation in Pakistan too. So in Sri Lanka, also, Central Bank of Sri Lanka has not given license or authorizations to any entity or company to operate schemes involving virtual currency, including cryptocurrency, and has not authorized any initial coin offerings system. So in Sri Lanka also, it is kind of illegal. These are some examples actually in South Asia. That's so you can say that South Asia it is use of Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies so far banned. And what are the regions? Obviously, as I already told you, that there are some disadvantages, and that's why the maybe that could be the reasons for the considering the Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies illegal. This is the these points I have taken from the Central Bank of Sri Lanka website. I think these points are relevant for, although we haven't mentioned in our case, but these points are relevant for us also, why we actually banned the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. The first one is that due to the absence of centralized authorities such as central bank to guarantee the value of the currency and regulate transaction, there is no recourse in the event of any user or transaction related issues or disputes, because so far these are the cryptocurrency are the outside the preview of central bank, and that's why the even the any government agency, that's why the any dispute or any issue, there's no guarantee. Government hasn't guaranteed, but in case of our existing monetary system, you have the government has backup on it. You can claim with the government if any issues arises. And second one is the value of virtual currencies dependent on speculation and is not backed up by any underlying asset or any regulatory framework. Due to this, the virtual currency may demonstrate a major volatility. Now we have seen that the fluctuation of Bitcoin is starting from almost zero to passing through the up and down, and now reaching more than 50,000. So what are the reasons behind the moving to that value? What are the any theoretical reasons, or there is no any asset behind this, and anytime it can fall. It's just like a bubble type of things. So there is no guarantee that it can remain at higher level forever. Obviously, maybe due to the one of the reason, maybe due to the limited supply. But we have the there is a alternative cryptocurrency also we have in the market. There are more than 5,000 cryptocurrency. Why not we go to the other alternative? And similarly, there appears to be a high probability of virtual currency being used in illegal activity. That's the high chances. Criminal activity now, the AML, anti-money laundering, combating financing terrorism, is maybe that used for the terrorist activities. That's the possibility, because you can hide, you can avoid any inspection or any supervision from the government bodies. So unintentional, their usage could amount to the breaches of anti-money laundering and combating the financing of terrorism. That's a good possibility, because you are not having any KYC, so it is quite unknown type of things. So anybody in the symbol can work it. Therefore, the cryptocurrency in the present form may pose significant risks in terms of financial operational, legal, customer protection, and security-related risks to the user as well as to the economy. And these are the, I think, the reasons behind the banning the this cryptocurrency. And other reasons like no any central bank can accept the monetary system which bypasses it and which cannot be controlled and regulated. And now that's why the central banks in the world, in many countries, they have themselves started to developing the cryptocurrency. That could be the another alternative, but still the whether they can substitute the existing monetary system or not, that's still the you have to do the further research. Hello?
Yes, we can
Are
hear
you
you.
hearing me?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Right. Uh, there's other points like the obviously these new things, and we are maybe they are evolving, but we can ask the question like can these cryptocurrencies solve the current problems that we're facing in Nepal, like unstable political system, poverty, unemployment, lack of industrializations? Can we do that? Can this adoption or use of cryptocurrency can solve it? That's the we have to explore further, and that's why the whether we need it or not, what are the deficiency of the current monetary system? Can this deficiency can be corrected by cryptocurrency or not? That's these questions I think we should explore further to decide or work on these cryptocurrency things. So current system and currency system is unique to country. Actually, it's related to the sovereignty, identity, and it generates the revenue to the government. Signore is also the main things related to the monetary system. Government can indirectly get the benefit of the issuing money, but the cryptocurrency has such a kind of benefit to the government or benefit to the country, or can it has some identity to the country? That's the another things we have to explore, and then maybe that also prevent us to accepting it easily. And there is an issue of general acceptability without a sovereign guarantee. Obviously, if you have the many different kind of currency, cryptocurrency, then how can people believe it? Obviously, in our now in each country they have their own domestic currency, and people accept that currency domestically without any hesitations or without any doubt. They have the trust on it. And in international case, we have some currency are convertible currency. They are the international money like dollar, pound sterling, euro, and the people and the old or banking institution in the world, they can easily accept this convertible currency. But is it possible to have such a situation for the 5,000 plus cryptocurrency? That's another question we have to explore, and that provide us the whether we should open it or ban it. And lack of knowledge and infrastructure, and we can depending on our level of development, level of literacy, level of financial knowledge, level of digital literacy, or even digital infrastructure, can we adopt the cryptocurrency in developing country like Nepal? Whether it's still maybe in remote part of the country, maybe still even they haven't seen the currency, simple currency, or they haven't even seen the simple banking branches. And that's the things we have to consider before deciding the legal or illegal issue of cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency market can attract criminal and people interested in tax evasion or money laundering. Obviously, that's a very challenging issue for the government to control. So, uh, giving legal status to cryptocurrency, how can we control these things? We should have the mechanism to control these things. Then only we can move to the legalizing the cryptocurrency. So, now lastly, what are the possibility of cryptocurrency being legal in Nepal? uh, 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 in, in my view, I think that for the near future, at least for the near future, I think there is no possibility of cryptocurrency to be legal, at least. But we cannot ignore its other uses, like the maybe blockchain technology can be used in other activities, as already Santosh said, and that can be applied. That can be applied, but the currency purpose, maybe we have to think more. And now we have the alternative available. Linking with the traditional banking system, we have there is a development of mobile wallet, electronic payments, and now a real-time payment system. Even using the traditional banking system, and the central bank, which the central bank can monitor, can record, central bank can have data. So if you can develop this other alternative electronic means of payment, in the based on the traditional system. So why we need the cryptocurrency? That's another question I think we have to explore. What will be the benefit over these mobile wallet and electronic payment system compared to the this cryptocurrency? And just as I already said, that which one we should adopt out of many thousands types of cryptocurrency, and anybody can develop another type of cryptocurrency. It's a market-based, is the market-issued currency, and that could lead to the kind of a chaos system. And this is very difficult to select the major one, or and we cannot rely on the different types of currency, because currency we don't consume currency, we use currency for the other economic activities, and many types of cryptocurrency can confuse or can complicates our transactions. So this is the acceptability of different types of cryptocurrency, and adequate knowledge we should have. So that's why the institution like yours can develop the knowledge and can teach policymakers like me, or so that people can understand the benefits over cost. So then only people can, policymaker can decide, can make it legal. So, and we should have the infrastructure. Maybe we should have the high-speed internet, and maybe the reliable electricity supply, and people should know how to use it, and the merchants should accept it. Even now, in our case, we are the very early stage on using the credit card or debit card, and it's still and now recently in the urban area now QR code system has been now used. So we should think about this thing also. That's why the to make the cryptocurrency legal, we need more discussions considering the Nepal's current economic and development situations, other demography as well as, and other situations. Then only we can say whether it should be legalized or not. So that's why I'm in the. At the moment I cannot say that it should be legalized or it shouldn't be legalized at the moment. I think that's all from my part. I have to end my presentations, and if any questions, I will answer as far as possible later. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash ji. Right, Dr. Prakash Kumar Shrestha is economic advisor for the Ministry of Finance in Nepal. Thank you for your time. And like couple of things, of course, eSatya was like established to help people, understand, research, and develop, and like blockchain technologies in Nepal, right? And I think, we have like a lot of, comments on all these things. Is, there is a big difference between blockchain and cryptocurrency. Crypto is just a product of blockchain, right? So these are things we have to understand, and we have to develop this technology further. There are blockchain technology does not only use it do crypto. It does do a lot of different things, right? And we are open for discussion anytime you and your organization wants, and we can definitely whatever we can definitely help you guys move through all of these information overloads about blockchain technology and the cryptocurrency. And just to comment on the thing that so I don't know about other South Asian country, but I had been following the development of India, right? The way the way the Indian crypto regulations, discussions around Indian crypto regulations has like progressed is in the beginning, like NRB, they also ban crypto for the banks to trade, right? To change into their fiat currency, which is in the Indian rupee. And then so Supreme Court challenged that, right? Now they are actually be able to do that transaction. And after Supreme Court challenged that, the Indian Parliament, right, is trying to introduce a bill to completely ban it. And then now recently, like 2 days ago, the finance minister in India, Ms. Nirmala, came and is challenging that bill. So let's see what happens in India, and I think it's a good pathway for us to start researching and thinking about crypto based like on what India does, right? And of course we can't compare our economy with India per se, because there are different challenges, right? And so there are other challenges. Sorry, I have to start my video. So there are other challenges that does need a lot of research. I know, people are really excited about these things and they really want to test it, especially the young generations, right? And there are different things need to be considered, of course, but it's our job, right? Not just eSatya's, but all of our job, whoever are trained in crypto, to bring these things, to the authorities, to the policymakers, to help them understand, navigate them. This is a very new millennial thing, right? That has been started, and it's our job, right? The people who have understood the both advantage and disadvantage to guide them through this process. So it's not going to happen overnight, and it is a process. And I know, like, a lot of things, people saying that we are missing out a lot, right? But let's see what happens. That's why we vote, right? That's why we discuss. That's why we do research, right? So with that say, I want to invite Mr. Norabadur Thapa, former executive director for Nepal Rastra Bank, to give us some insightful words. Thank you. Mr. Norabadur, are you there? Shrestha, are you? You might have unmute him.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it audible now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me to this important event. Let me start with what I have to say. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Shrestha, can you help?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So my presentation would be limited to a few points prepared by you. In fact, you had asked me to answer 3 questions. First is, what are the challenges of NRB in implementing cryptocurrency in Nepal? Second, the second questions you had posed to me, is NRB researching on central bank digital currency? And the third question is NRB looking into new policies for crypto? On the first questions, on the challenges in implementing the cryptocurrency, as you all know, you have also said that Nepal Rastra Bank has imposed a ban on the use of cryptocurrency in Nepal, and most of the countries have done so. There are reasons for imposing a ban on the use of cryptocurrency. The first is the perception. In developing countries like Nepal, there's a perception issue that the cryptocurrency, which are based on blockchain, are associated with the, say, hackers, frauds, and they speculated. So people might be cheated. So that kind of perception exists. So government, for that matter, Nepal Rastra Bank, has imposed a ban on the use of the cryptocurrency to safeguard the interest of the general people. Second, as I said, related to this is there's an issue of consumer protection as well. Government, for that matter, Nepal Rastra Bank will have to protect consumer from any frauds that some people engage with producing cryptocurrency will harm the people. The third that issue, the reason for banning it is that the cryptocurrency is considered to be a speculative asset. So people speculate and unnecessarily lower or make devalue or they try to increase the value of the assets to benefit themselves. And the other reason is that the blockchain technology, which is widely gaining currency all over the world, is at the infancy stage in Nepal. It is yet to develop in Nepal. So this is the reason why Rastra Bank has banned it. And the other issue, other reason is that the production of the cryptocurrency is cumbersome. It's a very slow process. So it's not that we can produce on a larger scale when we need it. And the other reason is that the legal system that we have for the monetary system is not appropriate for the introduction of the cryptocurrency. So we'll have to develop or integrate the legal system for the new kind of currency, which is yet to be developed. Now, as Prakash, lack of awareness and understanding of cryptocurrency and the general people. So under such circumstances, the authorities will not like to make it legal. And there are taxation issues as well. So government cannot benefit from the cryptocurrency because there are possibility of tax evasion as well. And the related issue is that the value of Bitcoins, the cryptocurrency, is very volatile and it can't be a stable store of the money, the currency. So this is the issue, needs to be settled. It is to be settled. So the developing countries have banned it. And there is still confusion whether the crypto is a currency or commodities. This is a derivative products or currency. So unless and until this issue, the currency versus commodities is settled, so countries will not like to adopt it as a currency for the country. And the very few countries have legalized it, very few countries, Russia, America, and some of the developed countries have done it. And because of these reasons, Nepal has adopted wait and see approach with respect to the cryptocurrency. And there is also a regulatory issue because the global community has not developed the well-crafted regulation and the supervision. So unless and until the regulatory or legal system is developed, so countries like Nepal will not adopt at this stage. And there are also issues of the cross-border. Say, Nepal has imposed the capital controls. Nepalese rupee is not made convertible for capital account transaction. So unless and until Nepal initiates reforms on capital account transaction, the adoption of the cryptocurrency will be risky for the country because of the capital flows, and we do not have the reliable and durable source of foreign exchange. So we need to protect the international reserves that we have, the earnings we have. But there are, say, the great prospect of using blockchain technology for the financial inclusion. And it is also useful for reducing the financial intermediation cost, especially for microfinance institutions. And The other prospect for using cryptocurrency, especially blockchain, is that it will help promote agriculture market in Nepal. So there is a future, there is a prospect of using crypto, for that matter, this blockchain technology for promoting agriculture market and the financial inclusion. Now I come to the second questions. Is NRB researching on central bank digital currency? See, what I think is that crypto is the future, is the global future. It's a future for the global community. So entirely a new system will evolve in some years from now. But there are issues on cryptocurrency. There are many more issues, as I said before. So unless and until these issues are settled and some consensus is arrived at, it will be difficult for countries to adopt as a currency or replace the fiat money. So we need to research on this issue, and we need to research on the central bank digital currency as well. The alternative to this cryptocurrency would be the central bank digital currency. Many countries, including China, are taking initiative. The central bank digital currency or digital money, which would be more appropriate and under the control of the government than the cryptocurrency, which is based on the DLT. So I would say that why do we need to do research on central bank digital currency? There are some reasons for that. First point I would like to make is this. Cryptocurrencies are important component of digital economy. So digital economy is our future. So we need to replace the current monetary system with the digital currency, and we need to develop the digital economy, and cryptocurrency are considered to be the important component. So this is the important research issue. Second, that I feel is that the digital economy, the process of developing the digital economy will be complete only when digital currencies replace the current fiat money. So this is again the important research issue. And the third point I would like to make it is that the artificial intelligence, crypto, and direct financing are the future. They are interlinked. So direct financing means there would be financial disintermediation. So the banks and financial institutions that we have today will disappear once we introduce the cryptocurrency. So this is again a research issue. So whether we can have the financial intermediation and the digital currency at the same time. So this is again the research issue, and we need to conduct studies. Now, as I said before, that this cryptocurrency is based on entirely different system, a decentralized system of payments instead of the current centralized system of payments. So many countries are researching on the appropriateness on this issue as well, the decentralized system of payments versus centralized system of payments. So having said this, let me take up some of the research issues we need to settle. First, as Prakash also discussed, that settle on the functions of money. So there are 4 functions of money. Whether the cryptocurrency will serve the 4 functions of money, that is the issue we need to research. This is the first research issue. The second question that is this, that the nature of Bitcoins, because as I said before, they're currently behaving like a commodity, and the commodity prices have fluctuate widely, and which are not under the control of the authorities at times. So this issue is also a pertinent issue, and unless and until we come to a conclusion on the issue of currency versus commodity, it will be difficult to adopt the cryptocurrency on a large scale. And the crypto can be used as a financial asset, but not a currency, unless we settle the issue of currency versus commodity. The other issue is that the value of Bitcoins, the value of cryptocurrency is entirely dependent on market expectations. Whereas the value of fiat money is anchored by monetary policy, is anchored by the central bank, is anchored by the government. But this is not the case with the cryptocurrency. So the market expectations, the mood of the people, right, changes widely, and with the consequences for the value of the cryptocurrency. So wider volatility will see devalue the use of the trust on the cryptocurrency. And the third issue is the payment shift issue. See, currently the payment system, the dominant payment system is based on the bank accounts, account-based payment system we have. So once we introduce cryptocurrency, there will be shift from the account-based payment system to a token-based system. So from credit money to commodity money. So are we ready to adopt a commodity money once again? This is the issue that we need to research on. The fourth issue is, as I said, what will happen to bank intermediation? Say that we have developed banks and financial institutions to intermediate savers and the borrowers. And once we introduce the crypto, the blockchain technology, and then will not be able to use the banks and financial institutions. They will lose markets, and the direct financing will be the dominant source of financing. So this issue needs to be settled. And assuming that the banks and financial institutions remain there, and the cryptocurrency also used side by side, and there will be the issue of safeguarding the financial sector from volatility, from the instability, because without central banks' yellow alert facility, we cannot safeguard institutions. So the introduction of cryptocurrency will eliminate the role of the central bank, will eliminate the role of monetary policy. If the role of central bank is eliminated, then will provide yellow LR facility, lender of the last resort facility, in case banks and financial institutions go bankrupt. So this is also research issue, and the global community will have to undertake research on this. And the corollary of this is that what will happen to the monetary policy, which is widely used to iron out business cycle, the fluctuations in output. And the other issue is the issue of liquidity and the search for the intervention currency. This issue is a very pertinent issue, because there would be many more bitcoins, many more private sector monies. So there will be issue of selecting the particular intervention currency. The other issue is that currently we have the state guaranteed payment means of payments, but in the case of the cryptocurrency, this facility will not exist. And if it doesn't exist, will the system of financing, even the direct financing, survive is the issue we need to research. And there is also issue of a unit of account, right? One of the functions of money, if there's a greater volatility in the value of cryptocurrency, it cannot function as the unit of account. So there will be a new paradigm, and this paradigm is very risky at this stage. So we need to do some research on this issue. So there are also issues of macroeconomic stability, meaning that there are business cycle issues, the ability to respond to temporary shocks. So in the absence of central bank, in the absence of monetary policy, in the absence of yellow LR facility, there won't be any response in case there are difficulties, there are macroeconomic risks. So these are the challenges. Not studied well, even at the global level. So Nepal, in a way, is awaiting the global community to settle these issues. So Nepal is keenly, the Nepal, that means the authorities are keenly watching the research, the investigation, how the global community is settling these issues, which are widely discussed at this stage. Now, I now come to the third questions you have asked me. Is NRB looking into new policies for crypto? Right? Now, on this issue, what I would like to say is that Nepal is initially developing a digital. Nepal is focusing on developing e-commerce. E-commerce is also important component of digital economy. And in a way, the current pandemic has forced us to think on developing the e-commerce, and in a way, the e-commerce is gaining traction. That's a positive development of the COVID, of the pandemic. And on the developing digital economy, the government agencies, the private sectors, so they're just developing their websites and trying to digitalize their internal working process. And they haven't gone further. They haven't developed the further steps for developing the digital economy. And both the government and the private sector, for that matter, corporate sectors are able to link their services to general public digitally. So we are at the initial stage of a digital economy, and the biometric, the identification card, is also very important for the digital economy, and we haven't developed at. And for example, India is has developed this ID card system. They have introduced the biometric ID card system, and this has helped improve the governance, and in a way has significantly contributed to the development of e-commerce in India through JAM Trinity, the JAM initiative. And the focus of Nepal Rastra Bank at the moment is on developing initial infrastructure required for digital economy. And the last year, Rastra Bank introduced RTGS, and currently working on national payment switch. So what I'm trying to say is that Nepal, for that matter, Nepal Rastra Bank, is at an initial stage of developing digital economy, and the introduction of the cryptocurrency is a far way thing. So is the last thing that is needed for developing the digital economy. So unless and until the infrastructure required infrastructures are developed, we cannot think of legalizing the cryptocurrency. So the infrastructure required doesn't exist in Nepal. So developing policy on cryptocurrency is a distant dream for us. It's a distant task for us. So we'll have to develop e-commerce to begin with. We'll have to develop the required infrastructure such as biometric identification card. We'll have to develop the national switch, the payments gateway, and unless and until these things are developed, so there won't be any utility of developing policies for cryptocurrency. So from the policy perspective, the policies on cryptocurrency is a far away cry for us. Thank you very much.
Hi, thank you, Mr. Narji. That was very, very insightful. I think I learned quite a bit from you, the thought process behind, like how policymakers like you are, viewing cryptocurrency. And then what I can see is, obviously the policymakers in Nepal are waiting for the global stage to answer a lot of questions, research questions that you just presented, which is absolutely valid, right? But which gives me the hope that, even though it might be in distant future, there is, there is some possibility, if those research issues are solved. So, okay, I'm gonna go through a couple of questions. You can, a lot of these are yes or no questions. Okay. Unfortunately, I have, I have another, commitment that I could not get out of I have to go in 3 minutes. But I'll let Pragya continue with the questions if our speakers generously give us a little bit more time, right? I know we have already ran out of time. So let's just start with this. Is blockchain? The reason I'm asking this question is every time I go and talk about blockchain technology in the school and colleges, they said, oh, isn't blockchain illegal? So I just want for the record, like I just want to put this for the record, not Bitcoin, but is the blockchain technology, like, doing different things in blockchains, is it illegal in Nepal or not? Asmita, Pragya, can you also
Not
unmute Mr. Prakash too? Okay, unmute him. Yes, Narji, go ahead.
Is not illegal. We need to develop blockchain technology for financial inclusion and for promoting agricultural market in Nepal.
Thank you.
Yes, I agree with Nara sir also. I think the blockchain technology is not illegal. Just the currency, the digital currency, cryptocurrency is illegal.
Okay, so thank you very much, because eSatya has already started developing a lot of for blockchain-based applications like AgriClear, and then we have another like KYC in blockchain, right? So those are the things that we are trying to develop, and then we have Rahat, Rahat distribution system in blockchain. So that does not use the those public cryptos, right? So we knew the answer, but I just want for all the from the authority to tell it. But thank you for the answer. So okay, this is very interesting. If someone sends you Bitcoin, for example, for freelance work or any other ways, right? Are we allowed to accept it and hold it if you don't change it, if you don't trade on it?
You should not accept it. You should not hold it.
Yeah, it's illegal.
Okay. All right. Next question. So are we allowed to do Bitcoin mining if you plan just to hold Bitcoin that we mine ourselves? So nobody sent it, but we are mining using our own computer.
No.
And we are not trading.
It's still illegal.
Okay. Next. Am I allowed to launch my own crypto in Nepal? Let's say this crypto token is not traded in international market.
Crypto. It's hard to answer.
It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to answer it. But I think I'm I'm going to keep these questions for future. So, I'm going to come back to you, okay, eventually, right? So, is cryptocurrency a threat for bank and remittance industries currently?
Obviously, there's some threat. Obviously, it can destroy the current existing system. It can hamper the current existing system.
Thank you. So I know we're running out of time, so we're going really fast, okay? Do you think Nepal is missing out, reaping the benefit from crypto boom due to its policy? It's your opinion, right? You can say yes or no.
I don't think so.
Naraji, what do you say about that?
We are not missing out.
Okay, all right. So there is no FOMO, fear of missing out in Nepal. That's good. So do you think cryptocurrency might, maybe if it is a CBDC, central bank digital currency, it doesn't have the Bitcoin, right? Anything that's transparent will help fight corruption in Nepal?
We need to research. I think that maybe the people developed another way of doing corruption.
I think, yeah. All right, let's see. All right, so next one. What are the possibilities of shadow economy of crypto if the government of Nepal does not approve crypto, like which is public, like Bitcoin and Ethereum? There are people doing illegally, I guess. What are the possibilities? And is Nepal ready for crypto? Should government of Nepal approve crypto for enthusiasts only, people who know about this?
It depends on the acceptability, whether how you can use it locally.
Okay. Anything you want to add, Naraji?
There's a possibility of the shadow economy developing if we do not move fast.
So are you worried? So it looks like you are worried, even if you don't move fast on the proper regulations. Okay. So what are the tax implications of trading cryptos? So let's say, okay, accepting crypto is illegal, let's say, right? So, but let's say you do it illegally, right? But, and if you trade, do you still have to pay tax? Right? I know you go to jail, but do you have another problem of not paying tax? So if you make a profit from it?
I don't know. I think there is no tax rule for this kind of cryptocurrency so far.
Okay, so it's not considered as currency, it's not considered commodity in Nepal. Yes, that makes sense. There's no tax rule, right? But if something is illegal and if you're still making money and not paying tax, I guess that's another problem that you can face, right? Okay.
Then at that time, no source of income.
Okay. All right. Can a business accept Bitcoin for its products or services if it never sends out of the country but simply wants to hold and earn Bitcoin?
No, I think it's still illegal.
Okay. Any other questions? Is this the last one? Okay. Thank you very much. I think I made it on time, so I have like 2 more minutes so to go to another meeting. So thank you everybody for coming. So thank you our speakers, for valuable time. It was really, really amazing to hear from you. And we're gonna do more of these sessions for all the all the audience, and we're gonna invite more people. And then I think the part of it is it's a discussion between public and then public office holders, right? To get get more knowledge and iron out a lot of issues that we discussed today. I know it's a very, very new technology, and we have to accept that. And like everything else, government can't just do FOMO into things, which is very true. They have to understand it. They have to go through a gradual process of anything like that, right? They might be missing something in the value that is being created, right? But I'm sure the government wants to do it right. If it ever makes it illegal, it has to do it in a right setting, right process with right research. So having said that, thank you very much. Until next time, please go to our eSatya website and learn more about it. There's a lot of information about blockchain, about cryptos, and a lot of things that you can understand. And if you have any questions, please send us. We can forward it to Naraji, Prakashi, or any other authority figures that we have, right? We are happy to coordinate that process. And thank you. Thanks for your time, audience. And you guys, your questions are amazing. I love it. I think it's just fun. Thanks. All right.